Say one thing. Trump.
Did you see the moment when the famous Robert De Niro went after the former president? It wasn't held back at all. This wasn't a careful diplomatic statement. Instead, viewers saw raw, honest criticism delivered with total conviction. The reaction? Just what you'd expect. Anger, defensiveness, and a complete meltdown from supporters. The Robert De Niro said America would be better off once this political figure leaves, calling him foolish and pointing to troubling actions that worried many Americans, especially those with connections to certain areas.
The sooner he's out of office, the better for all of us. He's an idiot. He's just done something unspeakable.
We've all got friends and relatives in the U.S. and vice versa.
It's terrible.
Does this make any sense?
This wasn't just another celebrity opinion. It turned into an internet explosion that took over social media and triggered intense responses. The words were sharp, the pushback was strong, but what really connected with people was how real the message felt. Stay with us as we break down everything, from what was said to how people reacted and why everyone's talking about this exchange. But first, consider showing your support and following for more content like this. When the well-known Robert De Niro took the microphone, he looked confident and serious, dressed perfectly and clearly meaning business. Everyone settled in, probably expecting the usual Hollywood talk about new movies or thank yous, something safe and expected. But it quickly became clear this would be completely different. When asked about risks to democracy in the upcoming election, the Robert De Niro talked about how people take democracy for granted, stressing that it comes down to right versus wrong. He described his target in strong terms, suggesting this person deliberately causes outrage through concerning behavior.
I think our democracy is at risk in this election.
I think that it is. I always keep saying democracy is great, of course. But democracy people take for granted. It's a word that some people don't even understand. They take it for granted. It's about right and wrong, period. The guy's a monster. He is beyond wrong. It's almost like he wants to do the most horrible things that he can think of in order to get a rise out of us. I don't know what it is, but he's been doing it, and it's scary.
Are you?
Excuse my French.
With steady confidence, the Robert De Niro delivered harsh words that energized the room, describing his subject as fake and problematic, even hinting at wanting a physical confrontation. The room grew tense, some nervous laughter, followed by gasps, before turning into applause from those who appreciated the straight talk. It's more than just the words, it's how they're delivered. Each statement hits with impact, carrying frustration, disbelief, and what seems like personal anger. This isn't a planned PR moment, but appears to be genuine emotion. The audience response is mixed. Some cheer while others sit stunned. People immediately start recording, sensing this will become a viral moment. Outside the room, supporters of the former president begin responding angrily as soon as the comments spread online. The backlash starts immediately, and as the Robert De Niro steps away from the microphone, everyone wonders how Trump will respond.
Guy should not be president, period. We are at a moment in our life, in this country, where this guy is like a gangster. He's come along and he's said things, done things we say over and over again. This is terrible. We're in a terrible situation. We're in a terrible situation. And this guy just keeps going on and on and on. The day after he was elected, I said, well, give him a chance. You never know, you'll see. But he's worse than I ever could have imagined.
A lot of criticism of you.
Fuck him.
Okay, well, this is cable.
Sorry.
The Robert De Niro continues expressing strong views about the country's situation, describing the former president in harsh terms. He mentions initially giving him a chance after the election, but claims things turned out worse than anticipated. The Robert De Niro uses particularly strong language that draws reactions from the audience. When Trump hears these remarks, which he certainly did, he responds quickly. As soon as the comments hit the internet, Trump posts on his social media platform. His response is brief and simplistic, just calling the Robert De Niro, low IQ Bobby, a basic insult rather than addressing any specific points. Instead of shutting down the conversation, Trump's response actually amplifies it. The exchange gets picked up by major news organizations, and social media explodes with memes and reaction videos comparing the two. Rather than burying the incident, Trump's reaction helps it spread further. His supporters defend him by dismissing the Robert De Niro as out of touch, but by then the comments have already reached millions. What makes this significant isn't just that it's a celebrity speaking out, it's that the Robert De Niro's words seem to resonate with what many people have been thinking. Trump's attempt to respond only seems to reinforce the original criticism, and online communities are thoroughly engaged with the entire exchange. The internet reaction was immediate and intense. Within minutes, all major platforms were flooded with responses. Trump supporters called for boycotts of the Robert De Niro's films, claiming they would never watch his work again, despite many likely having already seen his recent projects.
That we're here talking about a piece of shit like Donald Trump. Hi, Philly, how are you?
Trump critics, meanwhile, were thoroughly enjoying the moment. Social media filled with memes comparing Trump's famous orange-tinted expression with the Robert De Niro's well-known intense stare from his gangster roles. One person wrote that the Robert De Niro accomplished what Congress couldn't, completely embarrassing Trump. Another suggested that if the Robert De Niro could deliver such a powerful critique in one speech, imagine what he could do with more time. What made it worse for Trump was that his attempt to respond backfired. His angry post became instant meme material itself, with people pointing out spelling errors while he was trying to question someone else's intelligence. As one viral post noted, "You can't make this stuff up." The impact spread beyond social media. Late-night TV hosts featured extensive segments about it. News channels played the clip repeatedly, and even people who normally avoid politics found themselves forming opinions. A simple comment had transformed into a major cultural moment, with clear battle lines drawn online, and Trump appeared to be losing the public opinion war. The key question became whether Trump would continue responding or let it go.
You really worry that if he were to win again, and I'm not saying this like it's such a far-fetched notion, if he were to win again, that he would not give up power?
You know he won't. You know he won't. He even said it. He's never going to give it up. And anybody who deludes themselves in thinking that he is, shame on you.
You have compared the Trump family to a gangster family, which is something coming from you. What do you mean?
They are. Well, because he thinks he's a gangster. He does everything like a gangster. I don't think that gangsters in that world would think much of him, because there's honor among thieves. There's honor in anything. If you don't keep your word and do the right thing with people, no matter what profession you're in, you are going to get ostracized. And in that world, it's a little hard.
In further remarks, Robert De Niro expressed serious concerns about what might happen if Trump were to regain power, suggesting he would never willingly give it up. When asked about previously comparing Trump's family to gangsters, the Robert De Niro stood by his assessment, noting that Trump behaves like a gangster, but adding that even in criminal organizations, there's a code of honor about keeping your word, implying Trump lacks even this basic principle. What made this criticism particularly impactful was the source. This wasn't just any celebrity weighing in on politics for attention. The Robert De Niro is a native New Yorker who has observed Trump's business practices and self-promotion tactics for decades. Having witnessed Trump's operations firsthand for years, his criticism comes from direct observation rather than distant commentary. Additionally, when someone of this Robert De Niro's stature speaks, people pay attention. This wasn't a comedian's joke or a talk show host's monologue. This was a legendary performer known for portraying powerful, intimidating characters. When he delivers serious criticism with the same intensity that made him famous, his words carry exceptional weight.
You think he pretends to be dumber than he is to confuse people and make them think? No, you think he's...
No, I don't think so.
Why you would guess that there's a big group of people in this country who believe that he cares about them?
I am totally dumbfounded, baffled by that. I can't understand it, and it's a thing that we've seen over decades and decades. And he is a malignant narcissist. He's a sociopsychopath. He's created some new language as far as describing somebody in his mental condition. It's so frightening and scary, and he's dangerous. We got to get rid of him.
Do you ever
Robert De Niro isn't just pretending to be strong, he actually is. He doesn't appear intimidated by potential backlash. While Trump has historically targeted critics using various tactics including legal threats and mobilizing supporters to silence opposition, this Robert De Niro doesn't show any sign of backing down. He seems unconcerned about angry fans or social media responses, expressing his opinions with complete confidence. When asked whether Trump might be pretending to be less intelligent than he is, Robert De Niro firmly rejects this idea. He expresses genuine confusion about why certain groups believe Trump cares about them, describing this as something that has persisted for decades. Using particularly strong psychological terminology, Robert De Niro describes Trump as having narcissistic tendencies and dangerous personality traits, emphasizing the urgency of removing him from influence.
We're in a very bad situation. I remember you and I about 5-6 years ago talking. I'm down at the Spring Studios. Something about, I said, what just happened just happened. No, it didn't. Didn't happen. It's all about truth, and what we have here is a denial of truth all over the place.
The impact of these comments comes from their directness. This wasn't casual criticism, but a comprehensive condemnation, and notably, Trump seemed unable to effectively counter it. Looking ahead, most observers expect this won't be the end. Trump is known for holding grudges and responding to critics. He may use upcoming public appearances to attack the Robert De Niro, potentially describing him as irrelevant while likely making verbal mistakes. Meanwhile, supporters are already calling for boycotts of the Robert De Niro's films, including classics from decades ago, though in reality, neither the Robert De Niro nor his fan base appears concerned about such threats. While Trump could potentially move on, his ongoing legal challenges may keep him preoccupied, yet with each angry response, he risks validating the original criticism. In further reflections, the Robert De Niro references previous conversations about truth and reality, suggesting the current situation reflects a broader denial of factual information. One clear takeaway is that this exchange demonstrates an approach to confronting intimidating figures, direct communication without softening the message. The Robert De Niro spoke plainly without hesitation, generating significant attention. Trump responded predictably with angry posts and simple insults, which only extended the story's lifespan.